Hello everyone, I'm Mike D'Angelo with That's Entertainment. It's been a long time since we've had any entertainment related news, but this week certainly makes up for it. This is the week of the Game Developer Conference. We've already had a lot of information come out of the conference. One of the first big reveals was a lot of information concerning Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 is apparently running on a brand new engine that's going to be running similarly to their original Frostbite engine. This is supposed to add destructibility to all the in-game structures and buildings. The game is shaping up to be pretty interesting looking. If you get a chance, you should look at it. I'm going to link all the stories in this video in the underbar, as always. And then today, a crap load of information came out concerning the Nintendo 3DS. Nintendo's president, Satoru Iwata, was on stage today to discuss pretty much the history of video games the last 25 years. And he didn't just leave it at that. His company has a lot to talk about going forward, especially within the next month. The Nintendo 3DS just released in Japan recently. Not a huge launch lineup yet, but they apparently have a lot of stuff that they plan on releasing over the next few months. One of the first things that Nintendo announced for the 3DS was that once again it's going to be partnering with Netflix. You're going to be able to stream 3D video from Netflix later on this year. That was already a surprise right there, but they kept cranking out surprise after that. Another announcement that Nintendo talked about was more details for its Virtual Handheld. Similar to the Virtual Console for the Wii, the Nintendo Virtual Handheld is going to provide old games from Game Boy, Gameboy Advance, Game Gear, and TurboGrafx-16. So if there's any games on those old systems that you haven't had a chance to play, this might be your opportunity. I'm hoping that at least if they do move forward with this, they show a little bit more support than they have for the Wii VC. There's plenty of games that could have come out for the Virtual Console that haven't, and it's kind of disappointing. Nintendo also made a pretty strong video game announcement. They said that there is a 3DS Mario in development. They have a few screens for it. It's actually being made by the same company that made Super Mario Galaxy. It looks like maybe it's not going to be a Mario Galaxy game, though. It looks like it's taking place in the Mushroom Kingdom. Some people have made claims that the style seems kind of reminiscent of Super Mario 3, and even in the title there's like a raccoon tail or a tanuki tail or whatever. They also talked about and showed screens for the 3D remake of Ocarina of Time. We now know that it's going to be releasing in North America in June. And Nintendo still wasn't done. They also showed a new trailer for Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which is coming out later this year, supposedly shortly after Ocarina of Time. So maybe within like a summer release window. Maybe we'll see it in September of 2011. Of course, there was a lot of other stuff at the Game Developers Conference. I highlighted pretty much the big ones. We also had appearances from Infamous. A lot of cool stuff coming from Infamous too. There was a trailer that came out just before this for a game called Dead Island, and there was some more information about that there. A whole bunch of stuff at the Game Developers Conference. So if you haven't already looked at that, you really should. If you're interested in any of the stuff that's coming out this year. The Game Developers Conference isn't as big for gaming audiences as it is for the developers themselves. They kind of use it to swap ideas, to kind of innovate and move forward. It was even surprising, Nintendo actually gave a lot of credit to Microsoft and PlayStation for helping to advance the industry, which you don't usually see from these video game companies too often. Also today, right next door to the Game Developers Conference, Apple had their own meeting of sorts, their own conference, where they announced the Apple iPad2. The second generation iPad is launching with the same price points and the same storage spaces as the original iPad. It's got the same screen size, the same battery life, but some of the additions that they're adding are 2 cameras, some more applications for it. It's also going to ship with a much better processor, and that's all coming out on March 11th. Also, I want to plug a side project that we've been doing, a little bit of shameless self-promotion. One of the reasons that I haven't posted so many reviews lately, besides being broke, we've been working on a side project called Crude Humor Studios. We're going to try and continue making skits and eventually create like a web series that kind of revolves around video games and gamers in a subtle way. But that is going to take up a little bit more of my time. But hopefully that entertains you just as much as the reviews do. I'm going to try and keep up with the reviews as much as I can. I keep on getting new subscribers and getting a lot of positive feedback. That makes me really happy, and I'm glad to be here for you guys. I hope that I can continue to provide you guys with something fun and entertaining as we go forward. I'm running on like 5 hours of sleep, so I'm going to try and finish this up, get it posted, and get some rest. And I will talk to you guys as soon as I get more information, or I'll pop out another review and you guys will be able to watch it. Until next time, peace.